What if Earth had rings like Saturn? Imagine waking up tomorrow, groggy, stumbling to your window. A sleepy stickman in pajamas rubbing eyes, looking out of a window at the night sky. Outside, instead of the moon, a giant glowing ring arcs across the horizon. Drawn in pencil, thin outlines, minimal details, soft pastel shading, paper texture background. Add caption on the image. What if Earth had rings like Saturn? And instead of a pale moon hanging above you, there's a colossal band of glowing silver stretching across the sky. A stickman pointing at the sky in awe. Above him, a massive silver ring arcs across the night sky like a highway of light. Simple 2D pencil drawing on paper texture, soft shadows. Add caption, a colossal silver band in the sky. The stars look dimmer, the night is brighter, and suddenly our ordinary little planet feels like science fiction. Stickman standing outside with open mouth, looking up at glowing rings while faint stars fade behind them. A sci-fi feeling, but in simple doodle form, pencil on textured paper. Add caption, like a science fiction movie. Now, how could this happen? Saturn's rings didn't appear out of nowhere. They're made of shattered moons, comets, asteroids. A pencil sketch of small moons and asteroids breaking apart into pieces, forming a ring around Earth in the background. Stickman with a thinking pose under it, paper texture background, hand-drawn effect. Add caption, shattered moons, comets, asteroids. Earth could, in theory, get its own rings if a moon got too close and was torn apart by gravity. A stickman watching a moon being stretched and broken into fragments by Earth's gravity, pieces forming a ring. Simple pencil sketch, minimalistic, paper background. Add caption, torn apart by gravity. The pieces wouldn't fall back down. They'd hover, circling forever, like glitter trapped in orbit. Stickman gazing upward at tiny sparkling fragments orbiting Earth, forming a delicate ring. Pencil sketch on textured paper, soft shadows, minimal details. Caption on image, glitter trapped in orbit. And while Saturn's rings are mostly ice, Earth's would probably be rock and dust. Not as shiny, but still dazzling from the ground. Close-up doodle of a ring around Earth, made of rocky chunks and dust clouds. Stickman looking up with wow expression. Pencil lines, paper texture, soft pastel shading. Caption, rings of rock and dust. The first thing we'd notice is the view. If you live near the equator, those rings would dominate the sky. Stickman standing at the equator, pointing at a giant glowing ring cutting across the whole sky. Minimal pencil illustration, flat design, textured paper. Caption, the view from the equator. At sunrise, they'd shimmer gold. At night, they'd glow like a ghostly ribbon, reflecting sunlight back to us. Two-panel sketch. Left shows sunrise with golden shimmering rings. Right shows night with pale glowing rings. Stickman in awe, drawn in pencil, pastel tones, paper texture. Caption, shimmering by day, glowing by night. Entire generations would grow up never seeing a dark sky. The stars would fade into the background, forgotten. Stickman child pointing up at a bright ring-filled sky with almost no stars visible. Pencil sketch, textured paper background, minimal details. Caption, no dark sky, forgotten stars. Near the poles, though, you'd barely see them at all. A cruel joke of geography. Some people get daily light shows. Others get the same old boring moon. Split scene, left. Stickman at equator, admiring huge glowing rings. Right. Stickman at pole, looking disappointed at small faint rings with the moon. Pencil drawing, paper texture. Caption, a cruel joke of geography. But rings don't just change the view, they change the rules of life. Think about the shadows. Stickmen standing in strange partial shadow cast by giant rings in the sky. Darker shading across the land, drawn simply with pencil,